Hey guys, it's Cole, and we have officially gotten the announcement for the Moogle Treasure Trove, the Hunt for Mendacity, which is going to be starting on April 24th. In this video, I'm going to do a roundup of all the rewards and what I particularly have my eye on, just given the current market trends, as well as what kind of events that you're going to have to participate in, and then my prediction of what the best farming method is. Because I know that a lot of people are going to be like, wait, what the heck is this event exactly? I'm going to explain it really quick. So at the end of a patch, going into the start of a new patch, in our instance end of 6.3 going into 6.4, which is going to be the end of May, you're going to be given an opportunity to farm out these special Moogle tomestones from particular events that you can then trade at a special Moogle vendor for a bunch of unique items that may sometimes be very hard to get. It also lets you stock up on some items that I seriously cannot recommend enough. Like, this can make it so much easier to get MGP stuff. If you're just not into Fashion Report and like keeping up with that every week, it is such a lifesaver. Now the trick obviously is everything is about timing here, and so you want to get in and do the event, get what you want, and get out as quick as possible before the patch drops. With that being said, let's talk about the rewards, and I did go through every single item and cataloged my thoughts on them, what they are currently costing on the Gilgamesh market board, because everything on my channel is very Gilgamesh centric, just because that's my server. I love the server so much, so yay, Gilgamesh represent. But basically there are a few standout items here and a lot of items that I strongly can't recommend. I'm just going to be going through this list from top to bottom. Not that I'm bottom shaming, sorry, that was a low-hanging fruit joke. And so first up is going to be the Porksy earrings, and this is just simply an event specific reward. You buy or lose out. Like, we've had the Mamasheba choker and a bunch of different items here, so either you like the Porksy earrings or you don't, and if you like them at all, you think you might want to pick them up, I would grab this 100%. This is just every single one of these Moogle Tombstone events have a particular unique item to them, and this is the one for this event. For a lot of you, I know it's going to remind you of your mom. Next thing is going to be the Magitech Predator identification key. You get that from the Alamigo dungeon. I really wouldn't invest in it, no way. Next up is going to be the Ixion Clarion Horn, which is from a super rare fate. It is so obnoxiously difficult to track it down because not many people are looking for it. I would buy it. It's such a pain in the backside, honestly. Which leads us into the Moogle Tragus Horn. It's going to be worth 1 million gil at the time of me posting this video on Gilgamesh. It's a decent gil sync. It will probably crash in price probably a day after this event releases, so really good if you want to start off the event strong, but it's gonna definitely fall off. Next thing is a Longfall Orchestrion Scroll. That is the music from the Twinning, and if you've never heard it, just take a Longfall, put it into YouTube, search it out. It's way too high tempo for a video for me to put in the background. It will completely drown out my voice. This is one of the best music tracks in the game. It is a vibe. If you have never heard it before, it is so worth it. But the problem is, so many people agree with that it's only worth 60k on the market board, so totally up to you if you want to spend the tomes this way. I would personally just throw the 60k gil in it. There are items that you can get for 50 of these Moogle tomestones that will totally get way more than 60k, such as map items we're going to talk about later. Now the next thing is the next gil sync, which is super good, and it's modern aesthetics, this Girabanian style, which is worth 2 million gil on the market board right now. Likewise, it'll crash probably in a few days, but 2 million gil, it's pretty good. Yet another hairstyle Rothgars can't use, but alas. Then there's going to be an emote, the Ballroom Etiquette thing. It's only worth 300k. I don't really see it as being great. That gets us into the special Time Worn map. This is going to be for treasure maps. Always get these maps if you can. If there's nothing else that you want, these are super valuable. They give you a guaranteed portal, which basically means, hey, that's a lot of gil, because map portals aren't guaranteed, and so this is definitely an area to sink tomestones into. The Keycurn earring, just do the fates, not worth it. Laurel Gabu horn and the Alpst horn, like, there's a lot of memes around them. I like that the Laurel Gabu horn is talking about the mating call and all that thing. That's hilarious. But unless you want to skip the Beast Tribe, the Sylphs, or if you want to skip the other Realm Reborn Beast Tribe for the Alpst horn, I really wouldn't worry about it. In terms of all of the whistle things, I know that they're from a Realm Reborn Heavens Ward. Not worth it, just do the extreme, they're super trivial. Now the Kamui Fifes, they're from the early Stormblood extremes, which they're fine. Like, you can farm them out for weapon items, like particularly the Reveling one. So like, it's worth to farm, but it might just be worth throwing 30 tomestones at. It's not quite as trivial as the other ones. Housing items, Don't buy any of them. Florist Counter is what's being sold here, not the 300k one, because I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, it's the Florist Stall. No, don't. It's the counter. Bone Wicca stuff, I generally think that you will get a bigger bang for your buck literally just going into the Swallow's Compass dungeon and grinding it out. But if you really insist on saving time, or I don't even know if it's going to save time. Do I want to recommend that in a video? It's up to you if you want to spend your tomestones this way. I would go into the dungeon personally. Riding maps, we can fly in these maps, useless. Cards, meh. Wind Up Succubus, meh. Black Hayate, which is super cute minion. I absolutely love the doggo. Absolutely can recommend if you want it, but it's only 35k on the market board, so eh. 2 Orchestrion rolls from Realm Reborn Beast Tribes. I can't recommend them. They're not really for me. The one from the Twinning, absolutely easy recommend, but these, You cannot, however, pick these up from the market board, so if you want to just completionist it, that's important. Magic Prisms, yeah. Now let's talk about what you're going to be doing in order to earn these tomestones. And so if this is your first time doing this event, not all content gives the same amount of tomestones. At 7 tomestones per run, we have the Tower at Paradigm's Breach, which is an amazing raid. The Praetorium is going to be Nightmare Fuel, so neither of these. Puppet's Bunker, another amazing raid, but at 6, can't recommend. Copied Factory, brilliant raid, but it only gives you 5. Hard not recommend. We're having a bunch of different PvP maps. This is not the Crystalline Conflict stuff, and it can give you either 3 or 5. None of these I can recommend. A lot of these go way over time. Which brings us to the dungeons: Hullbreaker Isle, Tamtara Deepcroft Hard Mode, and Castra Mediocrium. At 4 tomestones per, none of them. Now at 3 tomestones we have all of these. I'm not going to even say them anymore because I really want to make sure this video isn't too long. None of these, not a single one of them is going to be optimized. Which brings us, interestingly enough to most, to the 2 tombstone ones, which is going to be all of these Alexander raids, and then like different normal mode of the extreme trials from Shadowbringers, which are brilliant fights. Which is bringing me to my recommendation here, which I am very confident which one of these Alexander raids I'm going to be having to test out on my own, and I'm not going to be super specific on which I'm thinking right now. But we're going to be looking at Blue Mage in one of these, trying to cheese the absolute shizzle out of one of these. Okay, I'll say what I'm thinking we're probably going to do, just because we used to do light grinding a whole lot for Heaven's Ward relics, and I'm crazy, I'm like a psycho and did all of those relics. We are probably looking at the Fist of the Father, just because it has like that one Decimator boss that you absolutely just dump damage into, and then it splits into like the second. I guess it like calls the second. I'm pretty sure that Blue Mage with the Whistle, Moon Flute, Final Sting kind of combo, just dumping into them is going to be good. And so I'm pretty sure, at least my thought process is that it's going to be Blue Mage cheesing that for the best tombstone reward. And just to be clear, even though it is at 2 tombstones per, just because of the raw speed we're gonna get is why I'm saying it's better than all these other options. I am very confident we could probably do 4 or more of these before the Praetorium's done. Please, no more Praetorium. Used to be Netflix and chill, but it no longer is.